I did it! I got the pin through. Now that the pin is through, we will just be pushing it all the way through. Like that. Actually, pull it back just a little bit. So when we pull the trigger, it'll come up like that. And just bending the pin over. Like. After consideration, just going directly off my design from here, I'm going to bust out the super glue, or not the super glue, but the hot glue gun, and hopefully get some things done on this. But right now, I'm just idling by waiting for the super glue to warm up, hot glue gun to warm up. So once it is, we will begin again. Begin. Alright, now that it is, the hot glue has warmed up. Well, we need more skinny sticks. So just hot gluing down the side right here. The thing about hot glue is you have to be quick with it, because it will cool off whether you're ready or not. But in situations like this, it does have its uses. And a good thing about hot glue is once it's cooled off, you can work with it. You can peel off the extra and just kind of throw it away. And let's see. These two are just going to come back like this and be glued together right here. And this part is for the handle, and if you're building a trigger like we did here, the handle's really, really necessary. Because without it, it is just blech. Trying to shoot these things with one hand is okay, but loading them with one hand is a really difficult part. Shooting them with one hand's relatively okay no matter how you do it, so. Alright. Getting 2 more sticks. And hot gluing right here. Pulling away the extra. And if you have one of those high quality hot glue guns, I want to recommend pulling away the extra until it's cool off, but this one, it barely gets it hot enough to work with, so I don't really have a problem just pulling it away when it's lukewarm rather than blazing hot like the better ones, the more expensive ones. Just pulling 2 sticks back like this into it gives us a good little makeshift handle. Just a bead of hot glue going down the side. And why I prefer using super glue over hot glue is hot glue always makes such a freaking mess. I don't know if it's the hot glue or it's just me being dumb, or me being really, really dumb. because I think I'm going to leave this in. A very important thing to do is make sure you're gluing it on the right damn side of the crossbow. Because, flaw. You see the difference. So. But another good thing about hot glue is you can just pull it out if you fuck it up. That was really dumb, and I probably should have caught on to that before I did it. Oh well. Another thing is, I go through hot glue a lot. Like, every time I do a project, I go through 2 or 3 sticks of this stuff. And these damn glue strings everywhere. Son of a bitch, I just did it again. You might gather that I'm not a multitasker. Actually, this is too long because it has to fit in your hand. And it doesn't. So I will bring it back to about right here. Oh God, it's low batteries popping up. And welcome back. Sorry, but there was a technical difficulty with the camera and the battery shut off in the middle of making it. So I lost that video and all the ones, or not all the ones up to that, but just the video I was working on. But as you can see, all I did was add some popsicle sticks on this side of it, and I just moved this up closer, just using hot glue. And I've had a little bit of trouble with the trigger wiggling around, but there's not really much I can do to stop that except be consistent with the firing. Now, the crossbow's essentially done right now. The only thing left to do is to add the channel right here that the rubber band will go on and put the rubber band on it. So, one sec. Just take your file, dig another channel right here, and pull it, or pull the trigger and see right where it peaks up over the side. And that's where you're going to put your channel. So in this case, mine will be right... Sec, getting a pencil to mark it. That one doesn't work. Try a pen. Alright. Damn. Right here. Alright. The channel won't go down very long, and the problem with this one is this little area right here. It's uneven and it causes the rubber bands to slip a lot. And like that. Which is really something you don't want to happen. So to counteract this, I'm just going to do a very even file straight down and try as hard as I can not to mess it up. So when I get done with that, I will be right back. And we're back. As you can see, the little channel is done now. Now, the last step is to add the rubber band onto the crossbow part, which is, this is where the thick rubber band comes into play. Ish. Ah! Turned sideways on me. So make sure it's straight. And to hold it on, just loop it around and just keep winding it over and over and over until it's nice and tight. Now, these rubber bands, When you first put them on, they're very stiff. You have to loosen them up a bit before they can fire well. And there's a while before the rubber band starts to break down and it'll eventually snap on you. So that's why we're holding the rubber band on with other rubber bands, just so it's easy to take them off, put them back on, replace them as needed. Extremely strong rubber bands aren't necessary, but the stronger it is, further the bolts will shoot. And the crossbow is, I'll be damned, it's done. So, to fire, or to load, you have to stretch it out quite a bit. Get it like that. Pull the other one back over. Now these things misfire like a maniac all the time. So be very careful when loading it. Just because it stays right now doesn't mean it will stay in a couple of minutes. So once the rubber bands are back and it's, well, when they're back and they stay back, treat it really cautiously. Get your crossbow bolt that we haven't even made yet. Just slide it right about there. As you can see, slightly push up with the trigger and... oh damn! That was interesting. It was a misfire at first, but then it came right out of it, shot it over, bounced off my bed, and landed right there. So, but I'll work all that out later. But we're going to move right in to making a crossbow bolt for this. This is where our pop rivet comes in. And this was one I actually had to peel off of another crossbow bolt because I realized I don't have any pop rivets left. But, well, that's why I had to recycle. So, take your pop rivet, line it up with a straight popsicle stick. This one's straight, it's not warped. Line it up, mark it, and just what I was doing is touching the rivet collar right here to the very end of the stick. And then, this is probably the single most filing you will do, is when you make your pop rivets. We're going to cut a channel all the way down to this line. This takes forever. It's easy to break, and it will test your skills with a file. So, when I am done, I will come back.